Hello, we are broadcasting live from TechDay LA. This is Andrea with NASDAQ Private Market UNItiques. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for being here.
Of course. It's so exciting.
So tell me a little bit more about UNItiques. Why did you first initiate this, and was this when you were in college? Just tell me a little bit more.
Absolutely. So UNItiques is the first online marketplace just for college students to sell things, both to each other and to the general public. So they can buy and sell on campus with other students. Let's say that they need a bed for move-in, they can get it from a senior that's leaving. Or they can sell to students in other states as well, use their stores, which helps them reach their tuition goals. It's all about supporting college students, especially the women that are on our website. Yeah, so I started it while in college after a terrible encounter with this guy from Craigslist. He came to my house and wouldn't leave. And so I figured, how am I going to, risk my life for $20? So I started a platform just for myself to sell, and it caught on with now 11,000 members, predominantly girls, selling fashion.
So that's really amazing. I mean, it sounds like it's a very grassroots project. You were solving a problem that you were faced with, so that's phenomenal. And so tell me a little bit more about how you attract students and girls to the site.
Absolutely. So it's all been very organic. We actually throw events on different campuses, which is kind of a guerrilla marketing tactic that's worked really well. So we'll just throw together a pop-up shop of, really trendy items that are available on the website so people can shop in person. And any given day that we do that on a campus, we'll leave with at least 500 new members. And our members are very active, almost like a cult type of a membership. We have 11,000 girls on the website. We're growing by 1,000 every month, but our members have done $200,000 in sales. So the average member has made over $250. These girls are very active in spending, so it almost sells itself. Once you're on the website, it works so well that you trust it, you believe in it, and you continue to use it.
That's fantastic. So a lot of growth, a lot of daily active users. It sounds like people are very engaged with the product. So tell me a little bit more about your fundraising environment today. What's going on?
Right, so I'm here to raise a $1 million Series A round. That's why we came to TechDay. And we're looking for equity investment in order to develop a mobile application. We really want to be able to push our members notifications, telling them about promotions and exciting them. And we're also looking for growth. So the $200,000 that we've done in sales has been pretty much just driven by myself. And had I had, a full-time team, we can achieve our next year's projection of $500,000. And that's what we're looking for today.
That's great. Yes, that sounds very reasonable to me. So tell me more. What are you going to do with your fundraising once you get it?
We're definitely going to hire a full-time staff in order to promote sales and draw in super sellers. And we're going to develop a mobile app, just as I said. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So tell me, how is it being a woman in finance, a woman doing the fundraising right now, and being a startup founder going back and forth from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Right. So I started this company in Boston. Now I'm based in Los Angeles. And I'm looking for investors on both coasts. We're really open to anyone that's right for us. That being said, being a woman in tech has never been easy. It's always been something that I feel that we get overlooked, and that's unfortunate. But at the same time, it's brought together such a close-knit community of those that realize that, where the female investors are coming to me and they're more excited to work with us because that we're a female-led company for girls in college.
And how about, these students, right? So there are a lot of university students that are very ambitious, very motivated. What advice do you have for them when they're thinking about starting a company while in college?
I mean, it's going to be a lot of work. Definitely be ready to expect that. Someone told me that entrepreneurship is like jumping off a cliff and building a parachute on your way down. And I absolutely love that because that has been such my experience. So I think for anyone that's going for it, go for it within reason. Prove your concept just like I did. I had 2,000 girls that just came to me saying, I want this. I didn't even create it for any real reason other than for myself. And once we had that proof of concept, that's when you should go for it. So I think really refining your market, finding out what the customer wants before you go for it is a big thing that will help that parachute be a little easier to build.
That's amazing. And what university resources should students tap into when building a company?
I honestly owe so much of my success to Boston University and their entrepreneurship program. Many universities have entrepreneurial hubs on campus. Mine at BU is called the Buzz Lab. And because of them, I actually had office space for 2 years. They helped me figure out what materials to put together for investors. They have been so supportive. So reaching out to your entrepreneurship centers, even your career centers, because there's always students on campus looking for jobs, and they're so much more excited to work with someone that's their peer in the startup world than they are at a big corporation. So if your college doesn't have an entrepreneurship center, go through the career center and find some people to intern with your business.
No, that's a great piece of advice. I mean, tapping into the local community, because everyone's very motivated to work together to get something done, and you already share something in common by way of being mutual students at the same school, right? Now, tell me a little bit about finding the right co-founder for your business.
Oh my God, that was a very tough process for us. So my technical co-founder, his name is Akshay. We actually work remotely. He lives in Canada, and we have such a great dynamic. I'm very lucky to have found him. I actually spent quite a bit of money in web development prior to finding him, and it was a lot of heartache for sure. It's very hard to find the right developers. For me, I needed a developer as my co-founder. For you, you might be a developer looking for a creative to partner with. Definitely, equity is earned, not given. Don't give anybody equity right away, and have people prove themselves to you before you let them in, and prove yourself to them too.
Good. No, that's very, very important. So when will you go out and bring on your first set of employees beyond your co-founder?
So we've had over 40 interns throughout the process of starting UNItiques. We call them girl bosses. So they're students on campus that help us promote through events. And I'm really ready to hire today. It's just a matter of getting an investment in order to bring on the right people.
And who motivates you? Who's your inspiration? Who's that one person where you say, I aspire to have a career just like that?
Well, I would say Sophia Amoroso of NASDAQ. She's my, everything. I read all her books. But my father also owns a business. Ever since I was little, he's kind of installed the entrepreneurial spirit in me, and he owns a recycling business. So I really wanted to take on the legacy of sustainability and reuse in a way that was passionate for me, and I'm happy I got to carry on my family legacy without sitting around at a desk selling metal all day.
And with Sophia Amorosa, so girl bosses, it makes sense that you call your interns the girl bosses.
I did steal it from her. I'm actually going to a Forbes conference in October, and I'm planning on making a huge cutout of her head to get her attention.
That's great.
See this feed.
Right, maybe she will. And so, when someone wants to go and work for a startup, right, what qualities in an intern or for these employees that you're going to start hiring, what qualities will you look for in an employee?
Absolutely, commitment is number one. You'd think it would be skill, intelligence, personality, but it's not. It's really commitment to the company and to the time. Running a startup is a full-time, all day, every day type of a job, and you need people in your business that understand that and are not looking for a 9 to 5. Also, the fact that they believe in the company means that they can speak on it without being trained. I think that's really important, is the fact that this person understands your company. I never will hire anyone that can't explain what UNItiques is to me in their own words first.
That's very important, because then they'll have a very good understanding of what the product is, and it really shows their passion when they could speak to it that fluently, right? So what 5 years from now, what's UNItiques doing in 5 years?
Right, so UNItiques in 5 years has 3 million members of the 22 million in the US. We have 72 million in sales. Right now we're at 200,000 in sales, as I said, one person. With a team, we can absolutely grow that. It's very doable. And we are naturally evolving beyond fashion into an all-around college marketplace. So I'm seeing goods and services, apartments, roommates, textbooks, electronics. I'd love to evolve into the much better looking, user-friendly college Craigslist that's safe. That's what we want to evolve into, and we basically are naturally. Very similarly to Amazon beginning with textbooks, we begin with women's fashion. So hopefully we'll evolve into that in the next 5 years.
And men's fashion too, I imagine?
Absolutely.
So what about actually partnering with universities too, right? Do you have any advice for getting to the university level where it's like, I want to get to the administrators? How do you do that?
It's very difficult. I think that, everybody has a board member that you need to talk to get approval. I actually would not recommend trying to address the top dog of the university. I really think it's much better to form a strong connection with a teacher or a mentor and have that person do your bidding for you. For me, I was lucky enough to be mentored by the head of entrepreneurship at Boston University, he went and spoke to the dean of students to help me secure the type of things I needed at the university in order to succeed. So having a faculty on your side that speaks for you is the best way to go.
Having that coach, right? And last quick question, what is your favorite item on UNItiques right now?
All right, so my favorite item I can't afford is a very beautiful Chanel backpack with chained straps. It's $3,700 or best offer. And my second favorite item is the Rihanna Fenty shoes. They're brand new. Someone's selling them straight out of the box, and they're $200. I'm looking to get those. And my last favorite item would be choker necklaces for $10.
Those are fun, the choker. Well, thanks so much, Alex. It was great having you.
Thank you so much.